Hey guys, what's going on? It's Connor back here with my first story to tell you. That's why my channel is called Frankenstein Stories, because I'm going to tell you stories about stuff that's happened to me in my life. So, as you can probably tell from the title, this is going to be kind of a weird story that I'm going to tell you, and Don the Savage already covered it like a while ago, like the day after it happened. But still, I also went to that school and I realized that it's almost July and this happened back in May. But whatever, let's get into the story. So, the title says, Kid Pulls Fire Alarm, or something like that. I haven't created it yet. Um, but pretty much what happened was it's the end of first period, and it's passing period between first and second period. I'm walking to language arts, and right before I get into the classroom, the fire alarm goes off. And I was like, oh, that's kind of strange that they would have a fire drill at like the very end of the year. But as I'm walking out, some of my friends are going, oh, it's Tyler Lyons, oh, it's Tyler Lyons. Because there's this kid and he was crazy. He got a bunch of detentions, he got suspended, but I don't know if he just moved or if he got expelled. But one of those happened, and he moved all the way to either Minnesota or Missouri. I can't remember which. Um, but still, everyone was like, "Oh, it's Taylor Lyons." And I'm like, "Oh, maybe it is." And I'm like, "But wait, no, he got expelled, so it couldn't be him." And I was still saying, "Oh, it's Tyler Lyons," because I didn't know who else it was. Um, and all of the teachers, the principal, the assistant principal, the dean, they were all super angry. But we have security cameras in our school, so they know who did it. I don't know. I know how it happened, but I don't know who did it. So, I went to swimming that night, and I was telling all my friends there that about this story because it's crazy and it's like never happens. But finally, one of the kids that's in the age group above mine, their practice just finished, and he came up and he told me what happened. So I don't know if it's his friend or not, but he saw what happened. He was like, "Oh, it was this seventh grader," because all the eighth graders were practicing for their graduation. It's not actually a graduation. Um, but so they knew it was a seventh grader, and they did catch him, and the police were there. There were firefighters, and it was just ridiculous. Like we saw, our school is pretty much like right across the street from the firehouse, fire station, whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, for some reason, they have us face this school, which I think is kind of weird. It's like, so the school's on fire, so we're gonna face the fire. That makes a ton of sense. Um, but still, it's like, why? Why would you have us face the school? But I always turned around and I was talking to my friends and stuff, even though we weren't supposed to. Savage. That's not really. Everyone was doing it. And I turn around and I see the like one of the garage door things opening at the fire station. I'm like, oh my god, they're sending a fire truck over here. And one of those giant hook and ladder trucks come over, and it's like everyone's like freaking out, and there's like three cops there. It was just super crazy. And so pretty much what happened was this kid, this seventh grader, I don't know who it is. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna pull the," because ours is like the ones where like you like take the hook and like you take your hand, you put it in there, and then you can like or like up here and you pull it down. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna pull it," and then when he took his hand out, he forgot to like straighten out his hand, so he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna pull it," and then he took his hand out and he actually pulled it. So I don't know what happened to that kid. I don't even know who it is. But yeah, that's like the craziest thing I that's ever happened to me. So I'm gonna start out with a super crazy story for my first story, and I just said story a lot in story. Um, but whatever. It was really crazy, and then it's like the last full day of school, and like I go to my second period class, which is language arts. So, and that's 2 periods at our school. And the teachers, my language arts teacher, is telling us, yeah, that happened. My college, they had a lot of riots, and people would start fires in trash cans. And there were fights all the time, and for some reason, like when they were doing the fire drills at her dorm, like the dorm leader, I think she called it. I don't exactly remember, but pretty much someone had was like can like said this is when it's going, and she's only had to pull a fire alarm once, and that's because she was the dorm leader or whatever it's called. So yeah, that's my story for today, guys. I am not going to be able to make any videos this weekend. I'm going to my friend's lake house up in Danville, where Phineas and Ferb live. Um, so yeah, I'll expect a video tomorrow and probably not Friday. Um, but yeah, that's it for today, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.